Hello everyone and welcome. Today we have some incredible news if true, and it's looking more likely than ever because this leak comes from someone who has a positive track record with us, and we will get into that later. It is something fans have been asking for since day one of Breath of the Wild. Yes, a new mode for Breath of the Wild 2. What is it? Well, before we get started, I do want to say I have confirmed this with two different sources, with one source giving even more information about another detail, which I will be talking about in another video coming tomorrow, but I will give a huge hint as to what it pertains to at the end of this video, and encourage you to subscribe and comment what you think tomorrow's leak could be based off of this incredible hint at the end of this video. So please, stay tuned for the second video coming tomorrow morning. First, I want to say it's getting to be the middle of March, and this leak comes from the same people who supplied us with leaks last year about Zelda and Nintendo's E3 press conference, which most of the information ended up actually being true. I know, you may be watching this and thinking, why should we believe this idiot? How could he possibly know what's coming in Breath of the Wild 2? Well, as some of you may know, we have a lot of friends who you may call insiders in the industry, and we've had several guests on this channel in general, or in our Zelda podcast, the 𝐓𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫, which is available on iTunes, who have worked on the Zelda series as writers, voice actors, translators, people working on the PR team, and some in other positions who choose to remain secret. In fact, on our most recent episode of the 𝐓𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫, we had our friend Joe, the voice actor for Daruk and Yunobo and Breath of the Wild, and possibly Breath of the Wild 2, which is all but confirmed by Nintendo. I mean, how could you have Breath of the Wild 2 without our dog-loving friend Daruk, or his son Yunobo appearing? That would just be blasphemy. For those interested, Joe has also voiced in Kingdom Hearts 3, many other games, and anime, such as JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, so please, go give him a follow and check out the most recent episode of the 𝐓𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫 for more behind-the-scenes stuff on Breath of the Wild and Kingdom Hearts 3. Just to clear this up, no, this does not come from Joe. The only thing he would know would be his dialogue, which is only recorded at the very end of development. And we still don't even know if Daruk will be returning at all. He would know nothing about actual gameplay mechanics. This info comes from someone who has helped us in the past, as I said earlier, long before Joe and my partners on the 𝐓𝐼𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐭𝐞𝐫 became friends. In this case, the information comes from someone who, for obvious reasons, wishes to remain a secret. Some of you may remember the video where I mentioned Nintendo's Direct for E3 last year would have 3 different Zelda games shown off. Everyone said I was dumb, and what happened? Nintendo showed off new trailers and details for Link's Awakening HD, Cadence of Hyrule, and Breath of the Wild 2, a remake, a spin-off, and a brand new game. And many of my other E3 predictions turned out to be true as well. This is all something we had been saying for a long time in our other videos, which you may see every now and then pop up and be called every Zelda game coming in 2019, 2020, and beyond, which honestly almost always ends up being completely correct, because it's all based off information directly from Nintendo, people we know working at Nintendo, and literally common sense, not clickbait rumors like most articles that you see. So today's rumor, leak, whatever you want to call it, I have been able to confirm it with 2 different sources, but posted a tweet asking for some of our other friends who work in the industry to message me or email us privately or anonymously to confirm a lot of the information we have been sent. So, in tomorrow's video, we will let you know if we have more confirmation of today's news or any other news we have been sent. And remember, this has come from multiple people who have given us correct information in the past, as I stated before. So trust this if you want, or pass it off as a rumor. I'm not going to say take it with a grain of salt, because I believe that is the dumbest and most overused metaphor in journalism. Journalists and writers are meant to be creative. There's literally an entire class called creative writing. Anyways, what you've all been waiting for. Breath of the Wild was released with a single mode, but received DLC for a master mode. Many Zelda games have a harder mode, Master Quest, Heroes mode, whatever you want to call it. Twilight Princess HD, the home console Zelda game released directly before Breath of the Wild, had its own version of Master Mode, but also offered an even harder mode. By tapping the Ganondorf amiibo, it simply allowed the enemies to do twice as much damage, similar to what happens with raising the color level of the enemies in Breath of the Wild's Master Mode. Well, that DLC mode will be available from the very beginning of Breath of the Wild, but with a twist. Apparently, Nintendo is planning 2 modes for Breath of the Wild 2 from day 1 of its release. However, as I said, this isn't simply a normal mode and a master mode. It's a huge twist with something that more than half of the fanbase has been asking for. And I don't even know if this will apply to the normal mode as well. It may just be for the easy mode. We will have a normal mode that continues the gameplay mechanics of Breath of the Wild that we are all used to. But what was described as an easy mode will give items at least double the durability, and they went on to say that Nintendo, like always, is constantly tweaking this mechanic. At the very least, it will give items twice the durability, but they have experimented with certain items not being breakable at all. Don't let the name Easy Mode fool you, which is just what they described it to me as. Enemies' attacks or your attacks will not be changed at all. Unlike Master Mode, no one will be weaker or stronger. This only applies to durability of items, weapons, shields, and stuff like that. Obviously, wooden items like wooden shields and sticks, torches, arrows, and clubs or whatever will break or be destroyed if caught on fire, like in almost every Zelda game. But wooden shields will also be broken if hit by weapons from an enemy like an axe, similar to how Link can chop down a tree with an axe or sword. This is meant to be a feature put in to help the game a bit less frustrating for first-time players and kids who are just getting used to the game. In fact, we have interviews that back up this information. It feels like almost every single year we get interviews from Nintendo and Miyamoto where they talk about how they want to keep their games fun and less frustrating. The last thing they want is for a player, whether it be a first-time or an experienced player, to become so frustrated that they put down the game to never play it again. In some interviews, Nintendo says this is why they always keep young children as game testers, and if too many of those children find something too difficult, they will literally go back in to adjust the difficulty to be easier for the child. Yes, this is something Nintendo has literally said in interviews. So this new leak or rumor, whatever you want to call it, goes along with this perfectly, as well as the video that we posted just yesterday talking about how Nintendo is always listening to fan feedback. And since this was one of Nintendo's biggest complaints, I could see this leak very easily being true. Let me know below, would you rather see this as an easy mode or be given a new amiibo that will increase or restore all of your weapons' durability that can be used once per day? We already have dozens of amiibos that can give us many new weapons, items, fruits, food, meat, whatever. Some of the items are only accessible if we have that specific amiibo, like getting the Fierce Deity sword and costume with the Majora's Mask Young Link amiibo. So having an amiibo that restores all of your items' durability isn't too far out there as an idea. Maybe we should just get special weapons, like in Breath of the Wild, the weapons from the champions, but instead they are indestructible or act as their own version of the Master Sword, where they won't break, are stronger than most other weapons in their category, but to not make them overpowered, give them their own cooldown period to restore their strength, also like the Master Sword. Now, that'd be a hint for tomorrow's video. Some of you on our Discord, which is linked below, probably already know exactly what I'm talking about, but for those who don't, just watch this quick clip for an idea of a new type of enemy that might be coming. And for everybody watching that wants to support the channel, please check out our new shirts. A link to both our Discord and our new shirts is in the description below.
it's me again, 𝐅𝐼𝐬. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the 𝐓𝐻𝐺𝐵 channel, please consider purchasing a 𝐓𝐻𝐺𝐵 t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/𝐓𝐻𝐺𝐵, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/𝐓𝐻𝐺𝐵, and much, much more.